it comes for Summerhill!
Yes!
Equalises for Leeds United!
Good afternoon, thank you so much for joining us here on Matchday Live, where Leeds United are looking to make it 3 wins on the spin as they travel to playoff chasing Cardiff City. You can watch today's game with us outside of the UK and Ireland. All you need to do is scan the QR code that you can see on screen or head over to the LUTV website. Joining us for this one, we have former Leeds United defender Matt Killgallon for the first time this season. Nice to have you here. How are you?
Thank you, debut. Yes, thank you very much for the season. Yeah, I'm happy. Happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
And look, Matt, because I haven't seen you, I haven't had a chance to ask you your thoughts on the season so far. It feels like we're in a very different position now than we were kind of expecting way back in August, doesn't it?
Yeah, it is. I mean, I've come to most of the home games and I've been enjoying it. I'll be honest with you, some of the attacking football has been fantastic. But then there's the odd result there where you're going, what's happened there almost? How have we not beaten them? But you say, you look back in August, a completely different team, wasn't it, back then? And Falk's come in and done fantastic in quite a tricky position. And Nonto wasn't too happy, was he? And he's dealt with that and he's done really well. So for me, I think the season's going very well, cemented in the playoffs.
There is, you kind of touched on it there, you know, home form has been absolutely exceptional, but there does seem to be this thing about on the road, we don't seem to manage to pull off the same performances. How important is it, Matt, when you look at the promotion, the playoff race in particular, to get that away form up to scratch?
It is. I mean, you say that and you look at some of the performances, but there is a few decent wins there. Blackburn away and Leicester away win, but then a few ones like we've said there of what's happened there, Rotherham, you know, different ones like that. How do you make a difference? Do you travel on a different day? Do you do something different for pre-match? I'm not too sure, but it is affecting sort of how far away they are from the top two, this away sort of form, isn't it? If you know how good they are at home, if they just pick that away form up, you're breathing down Ipswich's neck.
Absolutely. And at this stage of the season as well, Matt, it feels as though the table both at the top and the bottom is kind of coming into its own and we're seeing it all level out. How important is it, how important do you think it is that we find ourselves in an automatic spot? It's not necessarily going to happen, but how important is that?
It is. It's good for going into training every day. You're up near the top, you're in the playoffs, but you also don't want to get up there and get stale. You see a lot of teams come from sort of 10th position near the end of the season, don't you, and go on and go all the way. So you've got to keep that form going. But at the minute, they'll be happy. The squad's really strong. Bench very strong also. So I think everyone is happy there.
Well, we just saw a moment ago the team arriving over at the Cardiff City Stadium, which is going to be packed out today.
Yes.
A bit of a sellout crowd over there. What kind of game is that going to be, do you think?
I mean, I think it's going to work in Leeds' favour, I'll be honest. I think that how packed the stadium's going to be, and we're hearing 26,000 fans there, and it's a tough game. There's nothing, a hot and cold Cardiff, big physical team. I was impressed with them actually here when they came here, but I just think with the emotion and how many fans are going to be there, Leeds are going to be better to deal with that.
Absolutely. Well, let's look at the team news, shall we? Because there have been 5 changes made from that game against Peterborough. Alen Meslier obviously is coming back into goal. Archie Gray drops to right back. Glenn Kamara in midfield alongside Ilya Gruev, and Dan James and Crescencio Somerville both back as well. Now, are those the changes that you'd expect to see ahead of this game, Matt?
Yes, I would say so. You've got, I mean, Archie back at right back. He's done fantastic, and let's have it right. He's playing out of position. The lad is 17 years old and he's flying.
Little stat for you on that, by the way. I feel like that was my way in.
Yeah.
I hope I spit this out right. Archie Gray, today equals the Leeds United club record for games started in a season before turning 18. Today is his 26th start of 2023-24, which is exceptional when you look at how young he is.
Outrageous, really. You get at that sort of age, you hear people can say they've had the debut and then you don't see him again for another 3 months because it's so hard. But he's knocking out, was it 26 games at 17 at a club like Leeds United?
He's got
not bad.
Good grey genes though, Annie. Good grey genes. Look, we'll touch more on team news shortly, but first up, let's head over to South Wales for the first time this afternoon and join our commentary team, Bryn Law and Tony Dorigo.
It's a cold one here in the Welsh capital, but the atmosphere will heat things up a little bit later for sure. There's a good rivalry between these two clubs. Let's have a little chat about the Leeds starting 11 here. Meslier back, we anticipated that, the end of his suspension. Looks like the same central defensive pairing as well as we saw at Peterborough, perhaps.
Yes, it does. Looks like maybe Archie Gray will go back to right back as well, with Kamara and Groif in midfield. Doesn't matter who we put out. I think it's really important we keep the momentum going now. Away performances, of course, that's where we have to improve. And also, when we do put on a good performance, it's that follow-up game. So it really is a mental challenge today.
Yeah, Leeds have got to stay in touch with the teams at the top, and at the moment the concern is the away form on that basis, isn't it?
It is, and I think you look at home form, no problems at all, it takes care of itself. But against teams like Cardiff, who aren't absolutely flying themselves, we should come here and dominate. But can we take our chances? Can we win comfortably? Can we see games out? Or can we get a gritty 1-0 win? I think that's where we've kind of come a little unstuck.
Opening day of the season was a game against Cardiff City. They went 2 ahead. Leeds had to battle back. Those are the sort of scenarios you don't want to see play out this afternoon, aren't they?
You're right, and I think it's great to see us battle back from obviously deficits. We've done that many a time. Can we not go ahead? Can we not do it nice and comfortably? Let's see. But I just think it's an important game because after the wobble around Christmas time, then to come back strong in the cup away from home, momentum is key. We've got a few changes in our squad, but now I think the strength of our squad, that will come to the fore, and today we need to see that.
So there you go. Leeds United challenge to bring an end to that losing run away from home in this fixture here at Cardiff City this afternoon.
Yeah, Bryn and Tony there, kind of echoing what you and I were saying about picking up that away form. One thing that's crucial in that, of course, is not conceding. And in the last few games, we've seen Leeds United score 6 goals and they haven't conceded. How important is that, both home and away, Matt?
It's massive. It just gives you a chance, doesn't it? You always keep a clean sheet. And I think when you have a back four that's playing well and is quite settled, it passes on through the team. And everyone's thinking, well, they're all right, they've got it sorted back there, we can go and enjoy ourselves. So keeping clean sheets is huge, and it just the confidence, and you let your stars go and do the rest then.
Absolutely. Well, speaking of confidence, Patrick Bamford, an exceptional few games. That last game, that last goal in particular. How impressed were you with that? Because that goal against Peterborough, it had everything, didn't it?
I mean, I watched it, and he actually brings it down facing the other way. Not brings it down, but controls it facing the other way, and then hits it on the volley before it hits the floor. It's an outrageous goal, and the technique. I mean, you can't really teach. That's just natural ability to know where your body is, know where. And the strikers say the goals never move. He doesn't look at the goal once and bang. And he needed that. Buzzing for him, because he has had a bit of a tough time. But that there, it just shows that he's still class.
Yeah, he's a real confidence player, isn't he, Patrick? He seems to go on these almost goal-scoring runs. He finds himself in real good goal-scoring form, doesn't he?
Well, he does. I mean, you look at his record in the Champions. It's class. It's really good. Is he going to be sort of like, I know this sounds weird, but sort of a new signing for Leeds in the January window? Yeah. Him coming back on form, banging goals in like that, starting again today, might nick another couple. It's massive for Leeds to get up.
Oh, we could just see it there.
Oh my
unbelievable
God. I mean, I don't know why the keeper's dived. There's no need for him to dive, is there? Just let it go in, mate. You're never saving it. It's that good.
I know. It's exceptional. Look at Daniel Parker's face as well. He's delighted with it. Ethan Ampadu as well. How impressive have you been with him this season?
Yeah, he's come in and just, you can see he's a leader out there, isn't he? He puts calmness on the pitch and passes it out to people. I like how he takes the ball off the back four. His energy is a joke, really. His fitness is superb, and I've not actually seen him have a bad game. I actually think he could do even more. There's a couple of times I've watched him and think he could hit that diag a couple more times. I think he can get even better, him. And well, the beauty of it as well, he can go back in at centre half. And it's not someone you go, is he going to struggle there? He goes in and finds it quite easy.
I think we have a number of those players, don't we, who offer that versatility.
Yeah.
And when you're Daniel Farke, you're looking at that and thinking, this is really positive because it gives him options.
It does. And it's always nice. I mean, it's a great one to have up your sleeve, and if you can play somewhere else. Everyone has their favourite position. I'm sure Ampadu is his favourite.
Yeah.
But when you can say, I'll go in there for you, Gaffer, the manager's going to love him for that. I'll go in there, no problem, leave it with me. Don't leave me in for too many games, so when he's back, I want him back in centre mid, But yeah, it's great to have players like that in your squad.
Glenn Kamara as well, I know, is another player that you've been very impressed with this season.
Yes, I just love the way he receives the ball. It looks like he's always got time on it. He's got a little dirty side to him where he'll put a tackle in. Coming to Leeds United and hasn't phased him one little bit, got straight into it. And I just think it's also going back with Archie to have two players like that to learn off and speak to about how playing the position is just going to do them all well. And they know as well that Archie's, clipping at their heels, as a young lad wanting these two positions. So it makes them play well every week.
Absolutely. Well, look, it's been an emotional week here at Leeds United because we said farewell to a true Leeds United legend. Luke Alen has parted ways with the club and gone on loan to Middlesbrough after 7 years here. I think it's an emotional time for all of us, really, but none more so than Luke himself.
Tired you are, no matter what time the game it is, we've got one ambition, and that's to win a game of football. So that means me charging like a madman 89th minute down the wing and setting up a goal, so be it. We need 3 points to win the league, and so yeah, we are going to go on to Sunday games. 1 point to win it. We need 1 point to win it. We need 1 point to win the league.
I think it's hard to reflect on it, to put it into words. I come here, almost 8 years ago, not really knowing what to expect, and I leave with loads of memories, a wife, 2 kids. It's been an amazing time. I've loved every minute of it. That goal is something that I think most fans will. That picture after I scored, and the whole occasion and what it meant really. It was the last game before the world got shut down, and to sit on that goal for 3 months, then I sat at home watching it over and over again, and it's a special goal and a special time. Yeah, it brings a smile to my face.
He's even got the ponytail out!
Leaving now, I think I can look back at that and see what an amazing achievement that was. to be part of that team and to be such a big part of that team was something special, something that I'm really proud of. Then I've made friends for life in that team, people I speak to all the time, and especially then like Coops and Stu, who's been with me, then like here with me, then like every step of the way. Then like I joined and like they were here, and then like to achieve that with a group of lads that never really expected to play Premier League, held ambitions but never thought I'd get there. And yeah, just to share it with them people is special. Leeds now is my home. My family's very happy here, and like I was very lucky that my 2 kids were born in Yorkshire. I think we'll live here forever, and that's because the people here. Then like I love bumping into like all the fans, and they are always so nice to me, and they are a big reason why I will always stay around here. I come from a working class background, and then like I know what it means for these Leeds fans to come to Ellen Road, and then like how much they love their team. From that first game, then like I knew that I would fit in well here, and I've been lucky enough to play well enough where I've managed to stay around for 7.5 years, and they're just a special fan base. They like absolutely love the club. Like they give everything for the club. I've loved every single minute of it, the good, the bad, everything. Then like thank you for them. Then at the bottom of my heart, then like you made my time here it's so special, and then like, I'll see you all soon.
God, you know, you were talking about leaders on the pitch earlier, Matt, and nobody epitomises that word more than Luke Alen, do they?
Not all. On the pitch, leader. Off the pitch, leader. He'll be in there sorting the fines out, you know, speaking to the young lads, you know, keeping the changing room right. But on the pitch, he just goes down as a legend. What a great career he had here, and yeah, it's sad.
I think that's the thing, actually, because it felt as though he was often underrated as a player. You know, we all talk about what a great leader he is, and great for morale, but as a player as well, truly exceptional.
Oh, top, never lets you down. Watch the games, never, you know, he was someone who would play 1 bad game in 10. He's that consistent, wasn't he? I'm watching some of the goals there. What about some of the goals he scored?
You forget some of them until you see him
just
again.
Everything about him, you know, the goals he scored he'll be remembered for, the celebrations he'll be remembered for. He's a character. They're a dying art in the game now. He's a real character, and also the fall over of the ball when no one touches him.
Yeah.
Do you know, this is why the fans loved him, because that's how he played. He loved Leeds United, you know. He's gutted he's got to go, you know, but he has to do it for his career, but he'll be welcome back, that's for sure.
Absolutely. You're going to be very missed, Luke, but best of luck at Middlesbrough, as much as that pains me to say it. Let's continue looking ahead to today's game then, shall we, and talk about the opposition, Cardiff, because like you said earlier, Matt, they've been in mixed form really so far this season, but they are in that playoff race and they've got plenty to play for, haven't they?
They have. I mean, think of Cardiff, and I was actually quite shocked when I looked where they were, and like, you know, was it 3 points off? Can, you know, if they won today, you know, could be on joint points, sort of 40 points, you know, in the playoffs, and they're around there. I was impressed with them. I know I've said it when they were at Leeds. They defended really, really well here at Ellen Road, and probably should have won. I know that was a different time then, but from then I've watched a few more clips sort of last night on them, and they look more of a physical team now with some big players in there, and they've scored the last 2 goals against QPR set pieces. I think today, no silly free kicks.
Yes.
You know, defend them corners well, and I think we come out and win.
Any key areas though on the pitch, Matt, that we need to look out for?
Yeah, I mean, you've got a Tete up top, big 6'6" striker.
Wow.
big lad, you know, Ampadu's back there, you know, sitting in. He's not the tallest. He's got to be clever against him. You can't win every header against someone who's that tall, you know, so how is he going to deal with him? You know, that's going to be a good battle to have a look at, especially with Rodon as well. Rodon, he likes to get tight to people. Sometimes when you're playing against someone that big and strong, sometimes you have to give him a yard and maybe nick it on the second. Let him take a touch and nick it again. So I think that's important.
In the same way, though, they're going to be looking at this Leeds United team and the bench and thinking, oh God, what are we coming up against today? Aren't they?
Well, they are. I'm sure every team thinks that on this series because it's so strong. The starting 11 strong, but the bench is strong. Yes. I don't think the bench really weakens the team if you brought them on or started them. Do you know, that's how good it is. And also, I think Cardiff will be thinking, you know, how many fans they bring in, how loud they are. You know, there's all this to it. You know, Leeds United are in town and
they're definitely going to have to be up for this game. It's going to be a special atmosphere. It's going to be similar to what they are used to when it's sort of Cardiff, Swansea. I think that's going to be that atmosphere, and they need to get used to that very quickly.
Yes, they do. Well, one of those players is Crescencio Somerville, whose form has been a huge talking point so far this season. Our top goal scorer, and his performances keep going from strength to strength. He caught up with LUTV ahead of today's game.
Well, Cree, good to see you. It's been a good few weeks at the club, good couple of results. What's the general mood in the squad after that victory on New Year's Day and following it up with the FA Cup win?
I think we are in a good mood, in a good environment as well. Yeah, we are looking forward to play on the weekend, to be there with back-to-back wins, like away wins. So, the mood is good. Only, yesterday we had a sad day because, Alen left us for another team. I think everyone's gonna miss him. So it was a sad day, but what I said, we are looking forward to the weekend,
Just looking back at last weekend and that FA Cup win, Cree, how are you feeling about it? I know obviously the manager was able to kind of rest a few players like yourself, but were you desperate to play?
Yeah, for me, I want to play every game and to help the team, but we did a really good job away, and we are in the next round now, so I'm happy.
I have to ask you about Pat's goal, Cree. We all saw the reaction of the players on the pitch. What was the reaction like on the bench when you saw it? What did the goal look like from your point of view?
When I saw him touching the ball on his chest, I was in my head like, do it, but I didn't think he would do it, and it's just whoa, unbelievable, The bench, we couldn't believe it. We were just looking at each other like, whoa, what did I just witnessed, So, yeah.
And for you, Cree, I know you've spoke a lot this season about your form and your contribution to the team, but can you give us an idea of what it feels like at the moment to be you and how you're feeling ahead of every single match?
I'm feeling good, I'm going into the match like the same, like cool mind, calm, thinking about the game. And when I enter the pitch, I just try to enjoy myself, and be my best version for the team as well. So that's how I go into a game.
It's an away game at Cardiff this weekend. Is that something that you've discussed maybe this week in the build-up to the match? Because I know it's something the managers mentioned about away form, and obviously Ellen Road has been fantastic, but are you looking to improve that away from home? Yeah,
we try to have back-to-back away wins now. What I said, a really good result at Peterborough. So we try to build the momentum, and I think we are good on the way. At home we are very strong, but we try to get the form also away, so that's what we're gonna try.
Thinking just finally, Cree, about the end of the season, the second half of the campaign. What's the focus? What's the message within the squad going into every match?
We've done great so far, but the main focus is now it's gonna start right now, this second half of the season, and what we have done, we have to keep it in the past and focus on the second half, because now are the games what are important, crucial for direct promotion or playoffs. So everyone try to push now.
Matt, we heard Cree talking there about his coolness, calmness, and just enjoying himself on the pitch. Do you think that's what's behind his 12 goals and 6 assists so far this season?
Yeah, definitely. I think when you're enjoying your football and you're feeling calm and you're looking forward to games, that's when you play your best. Obviously, watching him, it's almost like he's taking the mix sometimes. It's almost looking a little bit too easy for him. This is how good he's got. And before the season started, I would have probably said I'd have put Nonto in front of him. Just because I thought he didn't have the end product, but now, he's the best player in this league by a long way. I think that's how good he is, and I think a lot of what Cardiff have done this week on Leeds United will be how to stop him.
Oh, absolutely. He'll be one of the main men that they're targeting. And there is this feeling as well, when you see him and Dan James on the pitch, you almost feel like something is going to happen soon all the time, don't you?
Well, you do, and it's because they're so fast. I mean, they are scarily fast, both of them, with and out, with the ball and without it. That's the thing. And it just puts you on a back foot. I was defending you when you got pace. The manager's saying to you, "Squeeze up," but you're thinking, "No, you're all right, mate," because I know I've got 2 flying machines here. And it just puts doubt into you, and it makes you drop back, and then that gets midfielders are on the ball. And you know, Dan James has been electric too. He's coming with goals and assists as well. So going forward, I love watching him.
Well, look, Matt, we ask every single pundit on this show for their score predictions ahead of the game. What's yours?
I am going to go with a 2-0 win for Leeds United.
I always like to make sure that it is for Leeds United.
That's
good news. Matt, thank you so much. Right, it's almost time for kick-off over at the Cardiff City Stadium. Before we hand you over to your commentary team of Bryn Law and Tony Dorigo, let's get the thoughts of Joe Roden.
Well, Joe, back in South Wales, what sort of welcome are you going to get here as a former Swansea City player today?
I don't think it's going to be a friendly one, but no, of course, I'm looking forward to the challenge, and all the boys are as well. So yeah, it's good to be back, and looking forward to the game.
You've played in some big games with big atmospheres here for Wales as well, haven't you? Good place this when there's a good noise going inside it, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. With the national team, the atmosphere here is incredible, and I think it'll be a bit different today. But I'm looking forward to it, and can't wait to play.
Away form in the league has not been great going into this one. That's got to be something that you want to turn around, isn't it?
Yeah, I think looking back on the results, I haven't gone our way, but it was a positive away result last week, and we want to carry on that momentum today, and hopefully we can do that and start a run.
Good luck, thank
Cheers,
you.
Mate.